want to talk about why Jesus was harsh with the religious Pharisees and why he often showed more compassion and mercy and empathized more with those who were deemed as unclean and outcasts of society, the tax collectors, the sexually immoral, the adulterers, the lepers. Jesus often showed those people more compassion. And it's because the religious Pharisees, they were supposed to know better. They were the leaders in the synagogues in that time. They were those who were supposed to be leading the people closer to God. They were supposed to be preparing the people for the Messiah. But they themselves were so corrupt that they missed him. They couldn't even see him right in front of them because they were corrupted by their sin and carnal, earthly desires and their hypocrisy. Their own sin and hypocrisy deceived them. Their pride blinded them from seeing the Messiah who is right in front of them, Jesus. So imagine Jesus, he's looking to these people. These are the religious leaders. These are the ones who are supposed to know the scriptures better than anybody else. They're supposed to be discipling people. And he told them, you make them, the people that they teach, twice as much as sons of Satan, children of hell, as you are, because they were so corrupt. And I'm just thinking about, in today's time, who would Jesus be harder on? Would he be harder on the LGBTQ community, the young woman who is struggling and is pregnant and she doesn't know what to do and she doesn't have support, and instead of the church bringing her in, they are condemning her and she feels lost? Would he be harder on her? Would it be harder on the foreigner who came into this country illegally for a better life? Or would he be harder on the American church that is producing hypocrisy? The American church who claims to be of him, who proclaims the name of Jesus, but refuses to show compassion and mercy on the oppressed and the outcast. The American church who will condemn the sinners around them that they don't see as significant, but they will be quiet and silent and defend the political leaders in office who pander to them and offer them political power. Would Jesus be harder on them? I guarantee you he would be. Because the American church, I'm not saying everybody, but so much of the American church is acting like the Pharisees of Jesus' day. And their corruption, just like the Pharisees' corruption blinded them from seeing the true Messiah, I'm concerned that the corruption of the American church is blinding them from seeing and discerning the season that we are in. I'm concerned, I'm just going to say it flat out, I'm concerned that the American church is so corrupt and deceived that they are blind from recognizing the Antichrist that they are following. Just like how the Pharisees back in Jesus' day couldn't recognize Jesus, the church today can't recognize the Antichrist. I know this is a bold statement. Whether Donald Trump is the true Antichrist, I can't say for sure, but I know he is a Antichrist because the Bible said that there would be many. But the church is following him. The church is supporting him. The church is defending all of the wickedness that he's doing. And unlike Jesus, you don't see them showing any compassion or love, mercy toward those that Jesus actually would be showing compassion toward. Instead, they are demonizing the LGBTQ community. They're pushing them further from God when they themselves are wicked. We're supposed to be like Jesus. Yet here we are, bargaining with political leaders for power, thinking that we can accomplish God's agenda through earthly means, doing all these things in his name while blaspheming it in the way that we treat the oppressed. I get it. I get when Jesus was harsh. Church, we need to humble ourselves like never before. We need to not make excuses for our silence. We need to humble ourselves and get before the Lord and really ask him to show us our hearts. Ask him, why am I constantly defending Donald Trump? Why do I stay silent about his evils? Why do I not have more compassion towards the illegal immigrants that are being mistreated? Why am I not being more compassionate and understanding toward those who are victims of racism. Church, we have work to do, not just outside the church, but inside, in us. And we cannot be effective in building up his kingdom if we ourselves are partaking in leaven of corruption and deceit. I pray that you think about these things. Know that I'm not condemning anybody, but this is heavy. This is what's happening, and it is not okay.